they were not compensated fairly for their work. They only got a couple $100.
Absolutely not. Like, one guy got shot with a shotgun.
But Bella's profit margin is incredible. What a fantastic business
Incredible. She is an inspiration.
CW really should have consulted her.
I'm sure she could have helped.
My name is KJ, and you're listening to the Supernatural Opinions podcast, where some things in this world are supernatural. My pronouns are she, they, and this is the podcast where I talk to my fellow Supernatural fans about Supernatural, and we share our supernatural opinions.
Today I'm being joined, as always, by Meredith, as well as my first-time guest, Beth and Jamie from Wayward Parents, the podcast. Meredith, remind everyone who you are.
My name is Meredith. My pronouns are she and her, and I currently have a cat in my lap.
Yay! And Beth, tell me who you are and a little bit about your history with Supernatural.
Hi, I'm Beth. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm one of the co-hosts of Driver Picks the podcast, and also Thief Steals the podcast, and also now Wayward Parents podcast as well. So that's really exciting.
Yes.
I'm doing too many podcasts, arguably. But I have been watching Supernatural for almost a decade. And yeah, I guess I like it. That's why I'm here. That's why I've got 2 podcasts about it. So
And Jamie, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history with Supernatural.
Hi, I'm Jamie, the other co-host of Driver Picks the podcast and Thief Steals the podcast, but not Wayward Parents because I'm banned from that podcast apparently. And I'm at this moment when we are recording in time, I've currently seen up to episode 413 of Supernatural, so I don't know anything about what's happening really, because the whole point is it's my first one through, and I've only been watching for a year, and I just say words and only make other people deal with it. So that's the vibe.
It is the vibe, and I'm so glad that we're bringing that vibe over here. I can't believe this is the first time, we're 3 seasons in, and this is the first time you guys are here.
Right, we were talking about that just before. It's bizarre to me that we haven't been on your pod because I feel like we have. I feel like we have.
That's because they come on our pod and we recorded for 8 hours or some shit.
Well, we're excited to be here now. So
yeah. I'm so excited that we're finally here and we're finally talking about Bella. This is a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's talk about it. This week we're recapping season 3, episode 3, Bad Day at Black Rock, which originally aired on October 18th, 2017.
2017?
2007.
So one more recent than I thought.
Wow, they really speedrun the next 12 seasons.
I was about to say, but this episode took so long to come out, probably because it's a masterpiece.
I mean, it
took
really
them 10 years to make.
They saw the Changeling episode, but we needed to work on 1 or 2 things.
Yeah.
I think my brain's just in shock that things could have happened way back in 2007. That's too long ago for something to have existed.
How could they do things? I was such a child at the time. I couldn't contribute.
That title is a reference to the 1955 John Sturges film about a man named John J. McCready who arrives in the town of Black Rock, where the entire town is protecting a secret at all costs. One of the characters in this episode is named Creedy. Maybe it's a reference to that?
So what's the secret they're protecting? I need to know.
My mind immediately went to the Hannah Montana movie. I don't know if that's...
Is that a secret you protect at all costs?
I mean, I don't know, man.
Her identity was just such a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it was her hometown. They really care about her there.
I recently watched Hannah Montana in its entirety, basically for the first time. Yeah. I sometimes I like to watch little Disney shows, just because they're very lighthearted. They're a nice break from Supernatural.
Yeah.
Also really nostalgic.
My sister got Disney Plus Flight, and I finally watched Kim Possible for the first time. It was the greatest thing ever.
Yes. Kim Possible. Oh.
This week's episode will contain spoilers for this episode, and may reference previous episodes, but will not contain spoilers for later episodes of Supernatural, and definitely won't contain spoilers beyond where Jamie's at, because she doesn't know anything to spoil it for us, and we're also not going to spoil things for her. Those are the rules.
I mean, I might know some stuff about later seasons. I don't actually know it, I just think I know it. That's the key.
Right. I'm just not going to confirm or deny anything.
Good plan.
Beth normally just sits there giggling.
Yeah, I mean, that works. Does the giggly mean you're right? Does the giggly mean you're wrong? Who's to say?
50-50.
Is she nervous or mocking?
This episode was written by Ben Edlund and directed by Robert Singer. Ben Edlund last wrote on season 2, episode 18, Hollywood Babylon, and Robert Singer last directed on season 2, episode 21, All Hell Breaks Loose Part 1. So, it's been a little while, but not too long. So I'm glad that Ben Edlund is more involved. I think he only had 2 or 3 episodes of last season, so I'm glad he's here.
I love Ben Edlund. Some of his episodes are just top tier.
Yeah, and I think this might be one of them, honestly.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna kick this off by ranking the episode on whatever scale you feel like you want to rank things on. It can be as silly as you want. It could be 1 to 10. It could be out of 5. It could be stars. It could be out of donuts. Meredith, what would you like to rate the episode?
17 canoes. But out of 10, I don't know, maybe a 7. Because I like Bella, but the rest of the episode is kind of, it's funny, but not one of my favorites.
Okay. Beth, how about you?
I'm gonna give it 12 rabbit's feet. I really love this episode, actually. I really think it's such a nice break from season 3 in particular. Is the episodes are super either really heavy or really light. There's they kind of swing wildly like a metronome, and I kind of enjoy the brevity that this one brings. And I love Bella, so the intro to Bella is great.
I also love Bella so much more than I thought it was. Warning for extreme amounts of by KJ in this episode.
Oh gosh.
It's always I bring the bi energy wherever I go, but I really brought it in my note taking.
It's okay.
I'm right there with you, don't worry.
And Jamie, what would you like to rate the episode?
Well, my original rating was 4.5 out of 5, which translates to 9 out of 10. It is my favorite episode of Supernatural that I've seen so far.
Okay.
But I think it's a little bit like having the rabbit's foot in that it's somehow simultaneously both fantastic and terrible. And you're watching the episode and you're when does this get shit again? This is Supernatural. They can't be consistently good. So you're just sort of waiting to lose the rabbit's foot in the episode to turn wildly homophobic or something,
Such a
Fair
mood.
enough. I think I was 9 or 9.5, kind of read the room. I think I'm gonna go with a 9. This is for me, the Sam version of an episode we're coming up to this season, Mystery Spot. This feels I don't know, they're oh, this kind of worked. What if we did this but more and 15?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I was just I don't know. If you're comparing the two, then Mystery Spot is better, but this is excellent.
Yeah.
Total death count. This week, only 1 death in the episode, which brings our on-screen total to 209.
Good lord.
And the on-screen total for this episode, also just 1, R.I.P. Wayne. And that total for the show is now 1,371 plus. This is
That's a
over
lot
here.
of death.
One of my favorite things is sitting here and watching the death count just increase little by little per episode, and then watching how the guests react because they don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
This episode immediately picks up out of prison, which immediately I noticed had better security than the prison that 17 broke out of at the end of season 2. I was they got a electronic thingamabob, a metal detector.
I kind of want to know what they've charged Henriksen with. Not Henriksen, fucking Gordon. Sorry. I'm mixing up my characters now. Yeah.
You do know.
I'm doing good this morning. It's been
fine,
a long
it's fine.
week. No, so I want to know, because of course we see, them get Gordon arrested at the end of whatever fucking episode it is.
Intermissionary, which is illegal, I think, in most places. You can't fire over a roadway.
But it's
his firearms that were in his car, I'm guessing, were probably illegal.
Maybe someone found out he blew up a shaft or something, because they didn't know he was torturing a person.
I'm not totally sure what the rules are, and they definitely vary from state to state, but I feel like you need a permanent home address to own a firearm. I feel like that should be one of the bare minimum things. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's untrue.
Look, I have no idea about the gun. I only know our gun laws, and I don't even know those that well. I just know most people don't have them. But
They might have charged Gordon with the murders. He had murdered someone in that town.
potentially, I suppose.
You think maybe they had found a way to tie him to that? I don't know. That would be dumb on Gordon's part if he didn't immediately ditch the evidence. But
yeah.
I'm just trying to work out because when they arrest him, they don't really obviously it's a TV show, so they're not yeah, you're gonna get arrested for this and this and this.
Yeah, we need
it's
to get a
he's in a
reading of the
far
charges.
higher security prison than Dean and Sam got in when they were breaking and entering. So I'd be curious to know what
they were breaking and entering, but Dean was also like wanted for serial murder, and they were wanted for murder. Like, I mean, they were just the prison that they were in was just very low on security. Like,
we're gonna put you in our starter prison.
Okay, I do have a question though about the prison security, and I think we talked about it when we covered this too, but the phone calls that Gordon makes through the episode, right? Like, is no one monitoring those?
They definitely should be.
He's straight up being like, we're gonna break me out of here, and also this dude, we'll give you his full name. We're trying to kill him. Like,
he's plotting like
surely
villainous stuff.
Someone is like, hey, maybe we should watch.
Definitely supposed to be recorded. I feel like every prison I've ever heard of in America records their like outgoing like prisoner phone calls, but
or surely someone can just hear Gordon speaking on the phone saying, hey, Sam Winchester, yes, I'm giving you his entire legal name is going to die. Like,
that is a lot, actually. Now that you say that is concerning. But yeah, Gordon's back, and he has a visitor who's telling Gordon all about the whole Devil's Gate, Wyoming thing, and he heard from a friend of Bobby that both Bobby and the Winchesters were at the scene. I'm like, do we not have a more direct link to Bobby, please? Can we not hear this from Bobby?
So, I've seen this actor in a few other places, and he's always played someone creepy. He was on the X-Files as a cult leader who killed a bunch of people, and then he was on Criminal Minds as a guy who killed more people.
Wow. Love typecasting.
Unfortunately, some people just have like a face and you look at it and you go, yes, murderer.
I can imagine you burying someone under a shed.
Yeah.
Also, I would really like to know if Bobby and Gordon like know each other. Like,
I assume they have to. I don't know if they're friendly.
Ellen and Gordon do not like each other, but they know each other. Like, they have met. That is, I don't know, take the journals, the various journals, as whatever amount of canon you want. But like, they have a history, and they do not like each other.
Ellen tells Sam when they first meet Gordon. Sam calls her and she says like he's a good hunter, but like don't work with him. Basically, So I assume they would know of each other at the very, very least.
Yeah, I mean, Gordon worked with John once, and Bobby and John worked together for a bit, so, I don't know. I just, like, wondered. I was like, this is a very roundabout way of hearing what happened. Like, this is through the grapevine, for sure. I mean, the details do seem to be correct, but I was just like, can we...
Except that Sam is the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Like, that one got a little lost in translation.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we've all been the Antichrist at least once.
Gordon also immediately gets on my nerves by trying to discredit Bobby. Like, you're in jail helping absolutely no one. Bobby's out there hunting down demons. You don't get to say who's lost or red. Like, you don't get to be like, oh, like, Bobby's losing. Is that when's the last time you've seen Bobby? Because he's out there hunting demons literally right now.
You got arrested by humans. You've lost your edge.
Gordon's friend Kubrick says, everyone who knows of Sam agrees that Sam's a hunter, just like the rest of them. But Gordon's like, I'm not even sure Sam Winchester is a human being. And I'm like, thinnest of thin ice, Gordon Walker. You mess with Joe, you badmouth Bobby, but you leave my baby Sam Winchester out of this.
Okay, I want to know though, alright, where does Gordon draw the line of who isn't human? Because if he's facing...
It is anyone who can do anything supernatural. If you are anything...
So just like, is like Missouri not human?
I think Gordon would try and kill Missouri. I fully believe,
That's just bizarre to me.
It is human or not human, and anything supernatural is not human. And Gordon, he's very...
Doesn't seem like a shades of gray kind of guy.
Nothing that Gordon can for sure say that Sam knows how to do is any different than what Missouri can do. Like,
well, that's why I asked, because you know, no one's ever been weird about Missouri or Pam later.
Gordon's like, doesn't know about the telekinesis stuff. Like, he only knows about the psychic vision stuff, which is exactly what Missouri can do. So I think
he doesn't know anything about the blood, like, either. Like, that's not something that he knows.
Yeah, he just knows, like, Sam's a psychic and there's other psychic kids, but, like, he doesn't know anything specific. Like, so
and also, he doesn't know how buff is Sam actually.
Do any of us really know?
I mean, at this point in season 3, Sam doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Sam has yet to discover his buffness.
I'm just completely distracted by imagining Gordon trying to kill Missouri and her just whacking it with a wooden spoon.
I mean...
Let's face it, though, in a fight, Missouri would totally win.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. No question.
Gordon's like, I said there was a war coming 6 months ago, now it's here, so you should listen to what I'm saying, and you should find Sam Winchester and see for yourself that Sam Winchester needs to die. And I'm like, okay, that's a little much, but whatever. And then we finally get away from Gordon and with Sam and Dean, who are in the car, and they're having a knockdown drag-out fight about our friend, Demonic Blondie of the Night, who finally has a name. Her name is Ruby. We can finally stop saying Blondie of the Night.
I love that nickname for her. That's perfect.
3 episodes in, she's been in the previous 2 episodes, and this is the first time we're getting her name. Weirdly, she's not here when we get her name, but okay. Glad to know Sam finally asked, because he had not asked in any of the previous conversations that we saw them having.
I always get tripped up when I see this episode and they name her, because it makes me think that I've missed an episode where we got a name. I'm always like, oh, did they tell us that?
It's